So yesterday evening, David Ornstein dropped a bomber, regarding Arsenal and Fabio Vieira. Let's get into it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Wherever you may be in the world, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Well, or night, because it could be night. You know what I mean. And look, we got some good news. Well, as Arsenal fans, we got some good news from David Ornstein. He has confirmed that Stuttgart are in talks with Arsenal regarding Fabio Vieira. We now have a potential suitor to offload Fabio Vieira, someone who, I don't think in any Arsenal fan's mind has a place in the squad, let alone the first 11. And obviously a lot of us, me myself included, are hoping that this is a move that could create space in the squad for other players. Now, Fabio Vieira, he seems like someone very tricky to get off the books, and I don't know why. But he just seems very tricky. Even last summer, we tried, but all we could really do was a loan deal. And it's like, why is it that, whenever we sign players that turn out to not exactly work for the club, for whatever reason, and obviously I have nothing personal against Fabio Vieira, everything I saw of him while he was at Arsenal, he seems like a nice guy, seems like a positive person to have in and around the camp. But when these players don't work out for Arsenal, it just seems really difficult for us to get them off the books. And I don't feel like any other team these big teams sort of struggles in the same way. Maybe barring Manchester United, but even then, that's because of a wage issue. Like, Fabio Vieira is not on astronomical wages. So, I don't know, it seems really weird. But look, this is what David Ornstein had to say. Exclusive. Stuttgart pursuing deal to sign Fabio Vieira from Arsenal. 25-year-old attacking midfielder spent last season on loan at Porto. VFB, Stuttgart, approach relates to permanent move. No agreement yet, but talks with AFC continue for Portuguese playmaker. Now, all I ask Arsenal is you do not play hardball. Some players we just have to accept need to come off the books. I hope you're very nice in negotiating, and I hope and pray that within the next 24 to 48 hours, I see Arsenal have accepted bid for Fabio Vieira. For me, the amount that we bring in is not important. It's more so creating space in the squad. That is now our main goal. Our main goal is to create space in the squad to bring in higher quality players, Eze. So, but please don't play hardball. Like, anything that we can get for this guy, is what it is. It works. Get him off the wage books, free up, more kind of, space in the wage budget for other players. And I don't know the ins and outs of it. I don't know, selling Fabio Vieira, how much wiggle room does that give us in terms of bringing in other players? How much does that free up on the wage budget? How much can we actually go and give to another player? Do we have to get rid of Fabio Vieira and someone else? Or if we sell Fabio Vieira for a certain amount, then we only need to sell Fabio Vieira. I don't know how any of that works. But all I know is there's a few players that we need to get off the books. And something positive about this is that it could kind of start the domino effect of a lot of the players that weren't getting much traction at the beginning of the window for Arsenal. Now we're coming into the latter part of the window. Maybe clubs will start looking at our players, you know. Someone else could come in for Vieira. You know, I know Stuttgart's here, but I wouldn't rule out another team. And then obviously Sambi Lokonga, and then Trossard, Martinelli. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's hopefully these players that can allow us to, you know, dive a bit deeper into the market and improve the quality of the squad and free up space so there's not, you know, there's not too much of an overbloated squad. Hopefully the chain effect starts, right? I'm not too sure on if it will, but I do have like a small glimmer of hope that something could potentially happen. And now you lot know, because I say this a lot, usually when David Ornstein says something, it is going to happen. And I know he's explicitly said that there's no agreement yet, but I think and now this is me going into the realms of assumption and theory crafting and all of that. We know that David Ornstein is the mouthpiece for Arsenal. We know that he's like Arsenal's most trusted source for revealing information about what's going on inside the club, especially when it comes to transfers. Now, they've either briefed him under the pretense that a deal is going to happen, you know, an agreement will be found, or maybe they're trying to, I don't know, build up traction around Fabio Vieira, maybe bring in other suitors. Maybe now the information has been exposed, maybe that gives Arsenal a stronger kind of position to negotiate from. Maybe in the next few days you'll see more bids. Who knows? But all I know is, as soon as David Ornstein is on the case, something's gonna happen. Something is gonna happen. So if I was to really sit down and think about it, I think we got him for, I think it was somewhere between 25 to 35 million that we got him. We're definitely, I'll be extremely surprised if we get that. Do you know what I mean? If we get close to that or more, then, especially from Stuttgart, then Berta, you're a mastermind. You're an absolute mastermind. But I'd be happy with like a 15 million, 15 to 18 million. You know, maybe a 22 including add-ons. Do you know what I mean? Because then he's off the wage bill. We've already paid. I don't know what the structure was of the deal when we signed him, but he's been here for 2-3 years now, so we've probably paid off quite a lot of it. So a lot of that money that we bring in, a lot of it will be put us in the plus, put us in the green. So I think that's a fair price, and he's off the wages. So yeah, get to negotiate. Like, but sort this out. Like, make something happen. Work your magic, because this could really make the Eze deal happen. And I mean, do you know what? I think it's because I've been speaking so positively about the Eze deal that this, you know, manifestation. Yeah. Yeah, manifestation. It's real, people. Manifestation is definitely real. So, look. I would say, beginning of the transfer window, there was moments when I was thinking, I wonder if we could, you know, somehow bring Fabio Vieira back into the, like, maybe there's a place. Like, maybe he plays back up to Saka, but then we signed Madueke, and I thought, okay, cool. That probably puts him fourth now in the pecking order for right wing. And then I thought, maybe he can get some minutes in the 10. But then I was like, we want to sign Eze. And if we sign Eze, you're probably fourth in the pecking order again. So then I thought, you know what? We might as well cash in, you know. We might as well. Like, you know, there's no point just having him sit there and playing bit part minutes because it doesn't help anyone, really. It's not good for us. It's definitely not good for him. And obviously, like I said, he's a nice guy. I want to see him flourish, you know, as best as he can. I want to see him get the minutes that he deserves. And the Bundesliga, I think it'll be a good league for him, you know. One thing I think that he was never able to really do is adjust to the Premier League, adjust to the physicality of the league. And hopefully for him, that's a learning that he will take away. And when he goes to the if and when he goes to the Bundesliga, we'll implement that into his development. But look, people, let me know what you think about the Fabio Vieira deal. You know, are you a bit excited? You know, how much do you want for him? What's an acceptable price? And do you think that Fabio Vieira now, you know, working on agreements, negotiating, could this speed up the Eze deal? Let me know. And while you're at it, check out the latest video that I did with Tom Canton from the Gooner Talk. Had a lovely conversation.